Hey everybody, happy April 1st. This is Andy Schweiger from Schweiger Vineyards, and I'm joined today with my friends from Straight No Chaser. Everybody, why don't you, go in alphabetical order. Let you guys figure this out and introduce yourselves and say hi to everybody.
I'm Jerome Collins, and I'm coming to you live from West Palm Beach, baby.
You skipped the letter B, homie.
Oh, he said,
That's all right. You did say in Straight No Chaser.
See? Thank you. DR.
All right. Well, my name is Seggie Isho, coming to you live from Detroit. Got my delicious wine in hand.
All right, this is David Britz coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, with a beautiful bottle of Schweiger Merlot that I'm looking forward to tasting today.
And I'm Dave Roberts coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. I have the wine right here, and then I also have the recipe that Andy provided. Grilled pork burgers, ready to go.
Those look gorgeous.
They smell amazing. I mean, you guys absolutely got to try this. You know, when you can get to the grocery store.
Great. Well, everybody at home, if you have a bottle of 2013 Merlot, we encourage you to pop open that cork and join us as we taste along.
Jerome, what are you drinking?
This is Modelo. This was made in 1925.
Ooh, aged beer, yum.
It just,
1925 recipe, hopefully not made in 1925.
you can just taste the tin in the front of your mouth.
I have my grilling beer right here. It's one of my favorites, Little IPA from Maplewood.
But what are we? You know, we're drinking this wine.
But now I'm gonna have some of this good food with this good wine.
Oh man, just got that into the glass. It's smelling nice.
Oh yeah, it smells great.
Great.
This is 100% Merlot. There's nothing blended into this.
Can you tell us a little bit about this wine, please? Like a little bit, let the people know a little bit more about.
Man, it smells fantastic.
Absolutely, Jerome. So we've almost always done our Merlots 100% varietal. Merlot often has to have other varietals blended into it to boost the mid palate, but up in the mountain, it really has a nice structure to it because of our altitude. So we've never had to blend anything in. Paul, am I reverbing out there?
You're okay.
Okay. Sorry if I was pausing everybody. I was hearing my voice coming back at me. So we do a very small amount of Merlot in any given vintage because not only do we bottle as 100%, but it also goes into our dedication. So this particular vintage is only a 248 case production. So given vintage, it's probably only going to go out to club members, and very rarely you'll find in the restaurants as well. In our winemaking, we really try to emphasize the pure fruit aromas of Merlot. So it's got a lot of blueberry, plum, boysenberry, pomegranate aromas. But guys, tell me what you think. What do you smell?
Pomegranate for sure. Getting pomegranate, dark cherry.
I'm getting chocolate down on the bottom of the glass.
You have mine just in my pasta. I'm not using pepper.
Yeah, some cocoa notes there, definitely.
Yeah. A lot of that dark red fruit.
Why is everyone muted?
Yeah, that's what I get. Just that big fruit, dark fruit, cherry.
Jerome, you're probably tasting a lot more hops than we are.
I can taste that barley. I can taste the wheat. Just taste that Mexico.
The entry, on the entry though, it really has a nice sweetness to it, without it being sugary sweet. It's just, when I say sweetness, I mean texturally. But I think the reason I recommended those pork burgers is I think it's really going to be playful with the
Obviously, you already have it open.
pickled kimchi and the flavors in the sauce that goes with it.
I was the nicest dressed out of everybody, and I'm very.
That's true.
wine drinkers are supposed to be nice dressers, and y'all look like you're going to get some cheeseburgers. So I'm just
we look like we've been stuck in the house for 2 weeks. Hey, I'm having a pork burger.
Still could wear a suit. You wear a suit to wine.
We want to be approachable, you know.
So, Andy, we have somebody here drinking the 2004 Merlot right now, too.
Oh my, I bet you're enjoying that. How's it been aging for you? If you can, just type your comments in for Paula and she'll repeat them.
Looks like they said it's drinking beautifully. I would expect nothing less.
Well, this one is drinking very beautifully. It's really soft. Lingers a little bit on that as you know, you take the swallow, it lingers just nicely. I think I've said this every time, but it makes me want to have another sip.
Yeah. It's because we keep picking good wine.
Exactly.
Well, and like my Cabernet, this is aged for almost 3 years. So not to get that oaky toastiness, but just help those tannins to soften, to round out, and be more approachable and more food friendly. Dave, I'm seeing you gnaw on that onion. How is this tasting with the pork burger?
Well, I started off with by the onion. I haven't gone into the pork burger yet, but I cut it in half, and the kimchi and the pork smell is coming out, and then I took a sip of the wine, and I really on the nose got more of that clove, and so I haven't taken a sip yet since I've had the bite of the onion, but really starting to get more of that spiciness out of the wine when it's mixed with the food.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it goes with those tannins.
I made this for dinner last night, but I have 3 kids home sheltered in place, so the food did not last very long last night.
As it shouldn't. You know, cooking and drinking wine have become our refuge during these times. That's the the crazy thing about what's going on. Obviously, we're all spending a lot of time with our family, which is the upside and the sometimes difficult side of us all being at home. But you look forward to the wine that you're going to open and whatever food you're going to make with the wine for that evening. Like, that is definitely something to look forward to on a regular basis, which is probably the upside to this whole thing.
That's exactly what sort of I love about wine is its interaction with different kinds of food and how it can enhance the food and the food can enhance the wine. Just one of my favorite things about it. Andy, I gotta say, this is amazing. When I saw the recipe, I was a little bit nervous. Not a big like cabbage kimchi kind of a person, but I tried it, did the recipe as is, and man, this is really good. It's not, the kimchi isn't overpowering. It just blends really nicely with the pork and the onions. Very good. All right, now going in for a sip.
And fish sauce is not something I normally cook with. And when you smell that, when you're making the sauce with the fish sauce, you're like, oh no, that's funky. I'm not going to put that in there. Wow, it works great.
The more I drink, the more I'm getting a lot of like plum on the finish.
Especially with the pork. Yeah, you get a lot of that on the back side. But it is just a really great pair. I recommend you guys do this.
The more I drink, I'm just getting drunk. You know what I mean?
But
It's the goal.
It's that kind of plum that you want, like that just ripened plum taste. Absolutely, that's there all day.
Yeah, this is really great. It's almost delicate without being small, if that makes sense, in the flavor and on the palate.
Totally.
It's not as tannic as the Cab Franc, but you still do have some tannins there, which are nice. I always welcome those. But again, it's not going to be overpowering for people that aren't into tannins. It's going to be nice and smooth, and the finish is not short, but it's not long. It's kind of got like a medium finish where that, for me, the plum taste lingers for a good 3 Mississippi, and then it's like, okay, time for another sip.
Yeah.
What type of barrels were these made in?
So I only use French oak, and last week I did a seminar on barrels and oak. So if you go to our YouTube channel, I'll explain why French oak is opposed to American oak. But it really helps round out the mouthfeel, lets air come in to gently, over time, help those tannins become longer and more elegant, more mouth-filling.
Now, do you prefer French barrels or American barrels?
I prefer French, Jerome, because they're different species, and the French oak actually, there's what's called a tylose, and it's a grain that runs perpendicular to the normal grain you expect in the wood. So if this is a log, the grain is going this way, the tylose goes radial outwards. And those tyloses are more open in French oak, so it allows more air to come into the barrel over time.
Yep. Now, Andy, are you guys reusing your barrels, or are they one time?
We reuse them typically twice, sometimes 3 times. Why I don't reuse them longer is there's a compound that's created when you toast the barrels called vanillin. And that compound goes away over time. And that vanillin, ending with an N, not an A, vanillin and vanilla are 2 very different things. But as you lose that vanillin content in the barrel is going to interact with the phenols less in the wine. And that interaction is what creates those amazing different aromas, like the chocolate. I've had people ask me, well, when do you add the chocolate to your Cabernet? We're not adding anything. It's the interaction of the fruit with the vanillin in the barrels. So as the barrels get older, they have less of that vanilla to give off, so they become less interesting.
Absolutely.
So Susan is drinking the 2004, and she said we are noticing raspberry and chocolate notes, and it's very fruit forward.
Awesome. It's fun to see how well these wines can age. There's a misconception that California wines don't age very well, but I think if you're making them to age well, if you're taking your time getting them out in the market, they're going to age elegantly and beautifully. We actually took part in a Open the Cellar promotion with Napa Valley Vintners the last 2 days, and we were selling our 95 and our 05 Cabernets as library selection. And of course, we had to open those up at the winery and taste them, and they were beautiful.
Is that the room that you are actually being quarantined in at the present moment?
I wish.
Yes, this is my quarantine cellar.
I gotta say, I just had a little piece of dark chocolate, and really brought out the tannins in this. It was a really nice combination. But you said this is 100% Merlot. What percentage of your property are Merlot grapes, and what else do you use the Merlot in your other wines that you offer?
So we have about 4.5 acres of Merlot in total out of 35 acres planted. And the majority of that, well, it's probably about 45 between going into our Merlot and going to dedication our Bordeaux blend. Then depending on the vintage, I will sometimes blend a little of the Merlot into the Cabernet or the Malbec or the Cabernet Franc, if I just want to give it a little pop of that blueberry or pomegranate aroma, just to bring a little more layering and complexity to the party.
I know I'll never be invited again, so I'm just having a fun blast over here. But exactly for those who don't know, what the hell are tannins?
Tannins. Okay, you're going to make me go down the rabbit hole here now. Tannins are naturally present in the skins, in the seeds, and in the barrels. And they form, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole today, but if you go to my YouTube channel, look for the screenshot grab of me holding 2 purple balloons. And I really go into tannins there. But tannins, when they're very porous and aggressive, in a younger wine or in a wine that they've forced the extraction on too hard, can give you a bitter cottonmouth sensation. When you allow them to aged gently to get gentle aeration to them, they form polymers and become longer, more elegant, more mouth-filling. And this is what we interpret as complexity. A certain amount of tannin, a little bit of grip is beneficial, but you don't want it to be that drying hot mouth sensation either.
So Andy, we have somebody drinking a 2001 cab with us today.
Awesome. Love to hear your comments on the 01 Cabernet as well. How are we doing in Burgerland, Roberts? He's been quiet.
I'm muted. That's why.
He just doesn't want to hear. He doesn't want us to hear him chewing.
That's right, chomping away because it's fantastic. My oldest right here on is going to be enjoying some of it. My wife is going to pour some of the wine and partake as well. She just came over and gave me the "can we eat" look, and like, yes, please, before it gets cold.
Are you getting anything different after a few bites?
So I was getting a lot of that plum, but then when I poured a little bit more into my glass, I went back to that cherry until it kind of like opened up a little bit. So here we go again.
You know, as it's opened up, I'm getting a lot more of like a cumin and coriander note to the nose, which is going to probably work very well with the Asian fusion spices in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It finishes with that spice, you know, a little of that coriander, maybe a little clove even in there, just as it washes down. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Again, super soft, just finishes really nicely. Makes me want to go back for another bite.
Andrew didn't notice, but we have officially signed this company to represent my Pinot Negro wine coming out 2022. You know, brothers, we late, so we're going to take our time with this one. So I just want to let you know we appreciate your patronage ahead of time. Thank you.
With it being April Fool's Day, I almost wanted to go down to the store and get a box of wine and get Straight No Chaser in there with me behind you guys with a saxophone and label it as Schweiger the Straight No Chaser.
What did you call it, Andy?
Schweiger the Straight No Chaser.
Oh, I thought you called it Tiger Juice at first. Playing
Tiger Juice could work
into
too.
Tiger King.
Yeah, the Tiger Juice could have a whole comeback now with the Tiger King series.
Have you guys seen that,
Jerome,
by the way? Andy, have you guys watched that?
Yeah.
We just started, and the teenagers are digging it. My wife is rolling her eyes, but we finished episode 2, and it's addictive.
It really is.
Hey, Jerome, going back to your wine.
Can't wait.
Going back to your wine, Jerome, is that gonna be a white wine?
The Pinot Negro?
Yeah.
It's wine that tastes like Kool-Aid. So it really is Kool-Aid, but we put it in a wine glass that looks really, you know, the tannins. Oh man, you talk about tannins. That really hits you in the face from the minute, like, damn, that's sugar. But it's real, it's pure cane sugar though. That's the key.
I can see the commercial now with you. Someone takes a sip and you come crashing through a wall.
Like I said, people, this is the last time I'll be invited, so I'm just making the most of it. This has been.
So, Jerome, they told me you were going to be drinking a beer today, and so I didn't want you alone. And actually, this can also serve as a PSA, too.
And my man, see, yeah. This is a full-bodied Pilsner-style lager. You can see it has a crisp finish. Man, this is one of them things like you could drink from morning to night. I mean,
It's a porch pounder.
Yeah.
Porch pounder. It's an all-day brew.
I'm out. I'm going to go get me a refill.
Well, here's your
Right
PSA.
back, Rome.
If you're holding 2 glasses, you can't touch your face.
Exactly.
You know what? That is an excellent
Great
call.
idea. And just keep in mind, we're under airport rules, so there is no judgment.
There's no,
You can
So 3 o'clock
have
in the
cocktails whenever you want, however many you want. Airport rules.
So kind of a random question, Andy. After the movie Sideways came out, did you notice any sort of dip in Merlot sales? Or just interest in Merlot?
Well, there was a lot of interest in staying away from it. For us, it wasn't a huge issue because we make so little of it, and most of our customers knew what our style was like, so it really didn't impact us, except for the fact that after that film, you see, Merlot actually deserved that beat down because there were a lot of wineries that were growing Merlot where it does not belong being planted. There were a lot of wineries overcropping it and making inferior Merlots. They were just chasing the latest fad. And when Sideways came out, most of those mediocre Merlot producers quickly replanted and became mediocre Syrah and Pinot Noir producers. They got out and cleared the field for those of us who were doing it right.
So Andy, Robert says that you need to trademark the phrase, if you're holding 2 glasses, you can't touch your face.
I can't. I'm trying. Look, I can't. I'm trying. Can't touch my face. Only with the glass.
If you do, you're doing it like, okay, you can.
Right. DR, what's in the other hand there?
Hashtag.
This is the Son of Juice from Maplewood. The double dry hop, double IPA, hazy IPA, New England style. It's my go-to brewery here in Chicago anymore. My favorite beer from them is a beer called Big Pulpy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is solid too.
Well, then I'll give a shout out to my friends from Monday Night Brewing. This is their double Archipelago double IPA. Very limited production. Has it like what you're drinking, Roberts? It has a nice hazy color to it, nice citrus notes.
Hey, acapella.
Archipelago.
Archipelago. Funny enough,
Andy, if you want to swap.
Go ahead, DR.
I was going to say, Andy, if you want to swap 4-packs, we should, I'll send you a 4 if you send me a 4.
This was my last one. This is actually out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Ah, all right. Well, let me know.
So
I'm still up for a swap.
Whenever I go to Atlanta, I have a sample bag of wine with me, and it comes back with full of Monday Night Brewing beers.
Nice.
I was going to say, you wouldn't believe
Yeah, good.
you wouldn't believe how many people after the show on the signing line call acapella archipelago. Legitimately mispronouncing the word. It's great. We've heard every iteration of the word acapella. And archipelago is heard at least once a night.
All right. So everybody over here is chowing down on the burgers, and only the adults are drinking the wine. But what do you guys think? The burger and the wine? Thoughts?
We're all sitting too close to each other.
Yeah. We've all been locked in this house for almost 3 weeks, so we don't need to social distance from each other.
DR, are you at the kids' table? What's happening?
Yeah, no, they're at the island. I'm solo at the table because I wanted the bar in the background.
Andy, I think I saw on this, we're talking 14.4 on the Merlot.
That sounds about right.
Smooth, no burn, just really easy drinking. It is satiny smooth. I'm just not a ton of burn, no real residual alcohols there. It's just really smooth.
It's all about having the wine balance, man. And you have the structure and the fruit there to support it. I've had wines from other wineries that were under 13% and had a burn. I've had wines over 16% that you would never know they were over 16%.
Is it fairly common for wine producers to make their Merlots 100% Merlot?
I think it's pretty rare. I can't speak for a lot of my neighbors, but I know that there's this revolution going on in Merlot. You look at what we're doing, what Keenan is doing, what Pride does, and there's a lot of amazing Merlots coming off of Spring Mountain. And I would, at least with Mountain Fruit, say that, yeah, most of them are doing it 100%.
All right.
For one, definitely was against sort of the Merlot, and I'll be honest and say that I think Sideways had a lot to do with it. Also, I think a lot of the Merlots that I was originally drinking were just kind of not very well produced. We'll say
Yellowtail and Barefoot.
This one is beautiful. You know, I turned around on Merlots probably about 6 or 7 years ago, but this one is really great. Look forward to drinking some more of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some high quality producers that make amazing Merlot, and it is price point wise too, if you think about it. And Andy, you know, we haven't talked about price here, but you know, typically you're pricing it considerably below what your cab is, and there's a lot of good values out there for Merlot from high quality producers in comparison to a Cabernet.
Yeah, a lot of my peers are doing their Merlot at about $90 to $100 a bottle. Paul will help me out here, but I think our Merlot, last time I looked, I don't work that often in the tasting room, not often enough, I guess, but I think it's 50 something, Paul, 60 something.
I believe it's 56.
56. We'll go with 56. Check out SchweigerVineyards.com for more information.
Not to one up you all, but it's 52, so even better.
That one down, one
Which
downer.
for a wine of this quality is exceptional pricing.
Which is part of what I call our S&C six-pack. So all the wines we're tasting together in a bundle, and I built in a 20% discount with $10 shipping. So if you want to know how to get that, just leave a note in the comments, either on Facebook or on YouTube, and I'll make sure I point you in the right direction.
I tell you what, also at $50 a bottle ish, this is exactly the kind of wine that you would want to take over to somebody's house that you're trying to impress, right? It's a great price point for that. You take this over to them. It's such a beautiful wine, finishes well constructed. If you want to impress somebody at a house party, this is the bottle you want to take.
I mean, it ain't Boone's Farm, but it sure is close.
Rome, I like to think you were like thinking about jokes all day and writing them down. You're just like crossing them off as you go.
Oh man, Boone's was
off the top.
Boone's Farm, baby. Boone's was the best I ever had. Mad Dog wine. Anyway, but Boone's was really good. The Strawberry Fields, they had like an orange flavor too. Anyway, back to the real wine, man. This was cool.
Yo, Jerome, our last video, I was doing that same shtick. It didn't play as well though, for some reason.
You ain't dark enough, baby.
Close. I've been locked in the house, so I can't get a tan. So I think we're running a bit long here. So before we go, Andy, do you want to tease a little bit what we're going to be talking about on Friday?
Awesome, Seggie. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to do our 2013 dedication on Friday. That's our Bordeaux blend. So take a little bit of what we did on Monday with the Cab Franc, a little bit of today with the Merlot, blend in some Cabernet Sauvignon and some Malbec, and you get dedication, where we're pursuing more elegance and layering than varietal specificity.
And here it is for those that would like to have a sneak peek.
Looking forward to that.
Very excited about popping this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And hey, I also want to thank Dave Britz. In the weeks to come, we have a lot of fun, amazing guests coming along. Of course, this has been so fun with you guys. We'll be doing another round in a couple of weeks. But in 2 weeks, we have Brian Culbertson, Cecil Ramirez, and Gordon Goodwin and Vanjie Gunn from Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band. So a lot of fun wine, a lot of fun music. And with the distance you guys have apart, it's been difficult for you guys to perform, but you guys managed somehow and shared the video with us. So should we sign off and exit with that video?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Cheers,
Do
fellas.
it.
Nice singing.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers. Wash your hands.
Cheers, everybody.
All right,
Cheers.
I'll hit it.
Two, three, and do 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 I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melody. He turned to me as if to say, hurry boy, she's waiting there for you. It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. It's gonna take some time to do the things we never had. Do 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 Wild dogs cry out in the night as they grow restless, longing for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right. Sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus upon the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I become. It's gonna take a lot to drive me away from you. I bless the rain down in Africa. Get down to the things we never had. Do 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 hurry boy, she's running up you. It's gonna take a lot. I bless the rains down in Africa. 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 Gonna take the time to do the things we never had. Do 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 do